Welcome to Path of Faith. Today, we're diving into a fascinating subject that bridges history, archaeology, and faith, archaeologists and the Bible, discoveries that confirm or challenge biblical narratives. For centuries, the Bible has been both a religious text and a historical document. However, how much of its content can we truly validate through archaeology? And what do the discoveries tell us? Do they affirm what is written, or do they raise new questions? Throughout the years, archaeologists have unearthed incredible artifacts and ruins that shed light on the ancient world described in the Bible. Some of these findings seem to confirm the existence of figures and events mentioned in Scripture, while others create room for debate and reinterpretation. Today, we will explore some of the most intriguing discoveries that have sparked both confirmation and curiosity. Whether you're a person of faith or someone who appreciates historical investigation, this journey through ancient lands and discoveries will deepen your understanding of how the Bible and archaeology intertwine. As we begin this exploration, it's important to recognize the dynamic relationship between archaeology and biblical narratives. Archaeology doesn't necessarily seek to prove or disprove the Bible, but rather to uncover historical contexts that either align with or question the stories we've come to know. One of the most famous examples of this is the discovery of Tel Dan Stele, an ancient stone inscription found in northern Israel. The stele refers to the House of David, providing one of the first non-biblical references to King David and affirming his historical existence. For years, skeptics debated whether David was a real historical figure or a mythical character constructed by later generations. This discovery was monumental for scholars of both history and religion, as it offered tangible evidence that David's dynasty was recognized by neighboring cultures, giving weight to the biblical portrayal of him as a central figure in ancient Israel's formation. As exciting as this discovery was, other archaeological findings have raised questions. For instance, the walls of Jericho, a key part of the story of the Israelites' conquest of the city under Joshua's leadership, have been heavily scrutinized. Archaeologists, including Kathleen Kenyon, conducted excavations in the mid-20th century that suggested the city's walls may not have fallen in the timeline described by the Bible, leading to debates about the historicity of the conquest narrative. Yet, these discoveries don't necessarily diminish the spiritual value of the stories. Many scholars argue that while some biblical accounts may not align perfectly with the archaeological record, they often reflect a deeper symbolic truth or an interpretation of events that carried theological meaning for the people who told them. As we continue, another remarkable discovery worth discussing is the Merneptah Stele, which dates back to the reign of Pharaoh Merneptah in Egypt around 1200 BC. This ancient artifact is significant because it contains one of the earliest known references to Israel outside the Bible. The inscription declares that Israel is laid waste, its seed is no more, indicating that Israel existed as a distinct group or nation during this period. Although the Bible tells us much about the early history of Israel, this inscription gives us an external confirmation of their presence in the region, long before many of the events detailed in the Old Testament took place. The mention of Israel on this stele, while brief, is pivotal because it confirms that the Israelites were recognized as a people group during this time, contradicting theories that Israel only emerged as a unified entity much later. It also aligns with parts of the biblical timeline, reinforcing certain historical elements described in the Scriptures. On the other hand, the lack of solid archaeological evidence for the Exodus story, perhaps one of the most famous events in the Old Testament, has long been a source of debate. According to the Bible, Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt after a series of divine plagues and miracles, including the parting of the Red Sea. However, despite numerous searches and digs, archaeologists have yet to find definitive evidence of a mass migration of this scale in the Sinai Peninsula. This has led some scholars to reconsider how the story of the Exodus might be understood, perhaps not as a single historical event, but as a more symbolic or composite account of multiple smaller migrations or experiences of the Hebrew people. Nevertheless, these challenges do not necessarily weaken the impact or spiritual meaning of such stories. For believers, the significance of the Exodus goes beyond mere historical verification, it is a story of liberation, faith, and divine intervention that has shaped religious thought for centuries. As we dive further into the relationship between archaeology and the Bible, it's important to look at how certain discoveries challenge long-held beliefs. For instance, the search for King Solomon's wealth has been a point of curiosity for both historians and archaeologists alike. The Bible describes Solomon as one of the richest kings to ever live, ruling over a prosperous and expansive kingdom, with riches beyond imagination. His empire was described as so grand that it attracted visitors like the Queen of Sheba, who was amazed by his wisdom and wealth. However, while excavations in places like Megiddo and Hazor have revealed impressive fortifications and structures attributed to Solomon's reign, the exact level of wealth described in the Bible remains elusive. Some archaeologists have suggested that the grandeur of Solomon's kingdom may have been exaggerated over time, possibly as part of the tradition of storytelling that sought to elevate Israel's status in the ancient world. Despite this, evidence of large-scale construction during his era does support the idea of a significant kingdom, even if the riches were not as vast as once thought. As we shift focus to the New Testament, the discovery of the Pilate stone provides an intriguing link between the archaeological record and one of the most pivotal figures in the crucifixion of Jesus, Pontius Pilate. For centuries, many scholars questioned whether Pilate had ever existed, as there were few records outside the Bible to verify his role as the Roman governor of Judea. That changed in 1961 when archaeologists uncovered a stone in Caesarea Maritima bearing the inscription of Pilate's name and title, confirming his position and establishing his historical presence during the time of Jesus. This discovery was a monumental confirmation of a key figure in the New Testament, providing further context to the trial and crucifixion of Jesus as recorded in the Gospels. As we conclude this exploration into archaeology and the Bible, it's clear that the intersection of these two fields continues to generate both confirmation and debate. One of the most notable ongoing searches is for the Ark of the Covenant, a sacred artifact said to hold the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments. Described in the Bible as an item of immense spiritual power, the Ark's whereabouts have been a mystery for centuries. Some believe it may reside in Ethiopia, while others speculate it was hidden before the fall of Jerusalem. Despite exhaustive searches, the Ark remains elusive, fueling both religious intrigue and archaeological curiosity. The mystery surrounding the Ark, along with many other biblical artifacts, is a reminder of how much remains undiscovered or unknown. Yet, in spite of these gaps, archaeology has successfully verified many aspects of the Bible, offering tangible connections to a past long gone. For example, the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls in the 1940s and 50s was a groundbreaking find, revealing ancient biblical texts that predate many of our earliest manuscripts. These scrolls not only confirmed the accuracy of biblical transmission over centuries but also provided new insights into the religious and cultural practices of the time. While not every discovery neatly aligns with the biblical record, what archaeology has shown us is that faith and historical investigation need not be at odds. Instead, they can complement each other, offering a fuller picture of the ancient world and deepening our understanding of biblical history. As we wrap up this journey through the discoveries of archaeologists and their relationship to the Bible, we hope this video has sparked your curiosity and deepened your understanding of the powerful connection between history and faith. Whether these discoveries confirm or challenge our interpretations of the Scriptures, they all contribute to the ongoing conversation about the relevance of the Bible in today's world. Let us know in the comments which discovery surprised or inspired you the most, and don't forget to share this video with others who might find it insightful. Together, we continue to explore the mysteries of our faith and history. May God bless you, and we'll see you in the next video.